Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Good morning. Ira Epstein of Lynn & Associates with your morning flash update for this Wednesday, the 12th of April, 2017, about 9:20 a.m. Central Daylight Time. A slightly softer stock market, but nothing real big going on there, and a little bit of a bid in the gold and the silver this morning. Dollar index down a fraction as we're getting a slight bid in a number of foreign currencies. British pound was a surprise, able to take out previous rally highs in the face of Brexit. But this has been a surprise currency all the way through. And the yen continuing to get bids as the market is so concerned with the Korean Peninsula, our strike group moving there. Threats again by the leader of North Korea that he's about to do another nuclear or missile test, and the U.S. moving its strike force, of course, there, saying, no, you're not. Now what's going to happen? We've got Rex Tillerson today in Russia getting a very chilly reception on TV, and I understand getting it quite that way from the diplomats. Don't know if he's going to meet with President Putin or not. They know each other, so it's not just like a normal diplomacy, but we'll see if he gets snubbed one way or the other in that. Grain market's getting a little bit of a bid this morning, still continuing higher. We're sitting pretty still in the bonds and the notes. Now, the interesting thing in the notes is we're down here around a 2.33 yield in the 10-year note. That's nowhere near the 2.6 that the market had been up to right after the last hike by the Fed. Bringing that to mind, by the way, on the news, Bank of Canada today left their key interest rate unchanged at 0.5%, even though they're so concerned with the housing bubble. Go to Vancouver, some of these areas. I mean, it's just insane what's going on in home prices. U.S. import-export prices flat with the exception of petroleum, which was down a bit, but it's come up now about $4 or $5 a barrel, so that number is going to be skewed all over the place. Chinese data for the first quarter showed consumer prices up 1.4% from the first quarter of 2016. Then the CPI in March fell 0.3% on the month, but a year ago month was actually up almost a full percentage point, pretty much what the market was looking for. The UK jobless rate, well, it rose because you had 25,500 new claimants. It went up to 2.2% of the workforce now claiming that. Now, Saudi Arabia has already indicated, as I wrote about yesterday, and it's on the news today, that they want to continue their cut production by another 6 months if other OPEC members go with it. Where they have lost an ally is in Russia. If you really read what I've got up here, according to an OPEC report, understand the source. OPEC monitoring, they've got their own people. Russia's only cut 130,000 barrels a day in March. They were looking for 300,000 barrels by this point in time. Making matters worse, instead of a contraction being seen in Russian production, they're actually now going to be able to increase by another 40,000 barrels. So Russia is basically saying, yeah, we're with you, as they don't cut the production as much as they agreed to. They're able to keep more barrels on the market. They're able to increase their income, and yet they say, well, we've done some cut for you. The EIA coming out and saying U.S. production continues to climb, and while they're saying it could be up to nearly 10 million barrels a day in 2018, I've seen reports that are showing that this is a very, if you will, low number. It could be much more than that. Commodity analysts are saying that China is now going to try to take some of its big stocks of corn. Now understand that corn that they're talking about here. It's not corn that you can use right now. Over the years, they had done a number of stockpiling, big amounts, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and that corn, it really isn't fit for much. So they've decided to build ethanol plants, which makes sense, and that is one way to get things going. Of course, they'll probably be state-owned, and we'll see where that all goes. But interesting day nonetheless. We'll see if the energies can continue. They've been on a streak to the upside, and how far can they go is anybody's guess. I want to talk to you about chart of the day. I'm looking at the VIX. The VIX is starting to break out. In fact, it broke out yesterday to the upside, and it's following through today, something that's rare. Normally you get these breakouts that have failed right away. What about gold? How far just might this rally carry the market? Because it's been on a tear. It's stalling here in the 1270s, but could it be headed into the 13s? Well, chart of the day, as we put them out, covers this and many other topics because we cover market by market. We give you a PDF that teaches you how we come about doing what we're doing. We even let you use our charting software to do it so you can figure out your own counts as well. Think about it. You get a base or a top that's flat. The market starts breaking out from there. Where might it go? Call us. Go to our website. You'll see a carousel of free offers. You can choose from any of them, but chart of the day is there as well. Or just right up here, you'll see an icon if you're watching me on YouTube. Just click on it. And what happens from there is the form will appear, fill it out, we'll put this in your hands. In other words, we'll give you a free subscription to it, and you'll get them every day. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a very good day, and I will talk to you all later this afternoon with our end of the day video.